All right, some Dinar Guru updates starting off with Jeff. Iraq has now officially announced to us that they have implemented the reforms as of Sunday, December 20th, when they devalued that rate. They've got to change the rate by the end of March. Now that they've devalued the Iraqi dinar, they have now told you they've officially started the reforms. All right, Militiaman, the focus is on their reserves and that their strength and that there is strength to the dinar. The recent devaluation was on purpose for a purpose. That purpose is to have liquidity to support the public finances while they de-dollarize the country. Modifying the exchange rate is on the table with the House of Representatives this next week, as early as Tuesday through Wednesday. Let's see what they do, in my opinion. All right, Pimpy says article, quote, today on Sunday, relative stability in the exchange rate of the dollar in the local markets, unquote. The rate was changed to 1450 dinars for every $1, but the exchange rate on the stock exchange, it's actually performing pretty good. It bounces somewhere between 1410 and 1430. That means the dinar is stronger than they had pegged, so it's doing very well in the markets. All right, Breitling says what's happening in Iraq, what's happening with their currency is only good news. I know people are in panic mode. I've got email from people saying, should I get out? Is this over with? That's the furthest from the truth. It's the complete opposite. Iraq is in debt. They want to get out of debt. One of the strategies of getting out of debt is lowering the value of the currency. Then you pay at a lower price. Then, when you're done making those payments, guess what? You add the value back to your currency, and that's what Iraq is doing. All right, Jeff, article quote, employees complain owners of K-card outlets and Mosul distribute salaries in dollars at the new exchange rate, unquote. You know what they're doing? They're injecting and diffusing more of the US dollar to get the dinar out of circulation, on top of the fact they've devalued it to squeeze more 3-0 notes out of the citizens from their mattresses. This is the step to reduce the note count needs at least 90 days to be effective. They implemented this step on December 20th, exactly 90 days before Kuwait historically changed the value of their currency, which was March 24th of 91. That same day today would be Sunday, March 21st of 21. All right, Kaperoni, there are no arbitrary reevaluations or reinstatements. That's not how monetary policy works. The Central Bank of Iraq has to follow strict rules as well as rules and process from the IMF. This is a very complicated time for Iraq. It's going to take Iraq several months to get back on track and move forward. MarkZ says it's an interesting week for sure in the making. Normally, the week between Christmas and New Year's is just full of leftovers. This week, it looks to be action-packed. Many more people are returning to their locations throughout the day today, and I hope I can get more news when they get back into place today. This has me really upbeat. Normally, they would have all just stayed home, especially the way Europe usually shuts down for banking holidays over Christmas. If they did not think something was afoot, they would not be returning to their exchange locations until after January 1st. All right, and from Pimpy article quote, an advisor in the central bank determines its orientations regarding the exchange rate and the possibility of it changing again. Technically, what they said before was they would only devalue the dinar one time, not change the rate. I thought this devaluing of the dinar was only a short-term thing. It just didn't make sense to me, especially since they had so much building to do and how it disproportionately affected the poor. So now it looks like there's already going to be pressure on them to go ahead and decrease the rate so the value goes back up for dinar holders. All right, and Militiaman. Lastly, I am not sure everyone by now can see the postponements are intentional. They have a goat, a purpose, and it is on purpose in my opinion. They are holding their cards, the exchange rate, close to the chest as long as they possibly can. It is clear. They're going to update the exchange rate before the end of the year. One can say, well, they did already from 1190 to 1460, and one can say they are to do it again based off today's articles from 1460 to 1660. Hindsight shows they did tell us, though, one way or another, they're going to devalue the currency and also revalue it.